Top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world. Yeah, top of the world. Top of the world.
The church are now open. Is that a wait? That's the end of the service. Never mind. No, somebody tell Deacon Johnson start devotion.
Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people.
Here's all the people.
All the people.
We'll sing New Beginning, Atlanta's national anthem. This is the day that the Lord has. That was every devotion song.
You got to start it off, Rudy, and then we'll join in.
This is the day.
That the Lord has made.
I think the internet's gonna throw off our rhythm.
Oh.
Terry, you're lucky because I think you just all beat on in real life. All right.
All right.
All right. No.
This is the church. This is the steeple go and open the doors and
you gotta close your hands.
Yeah, and you see all the people. Yeah, the hand thing.
Oh, this is the church.
This is the church. This is the steeple. Open the doors and see all the people. How do you not know that one?
I just can't remember how it went. I was trying to.
Kelly forgot the church. She like, this is the strip club. These are the strippers.
Yeah.
These are the poles.
Oh, right. These are the poles.
she got green fingernails. These are tips.
As the dollars worth.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, officially to the Worst Ones podcast. I am one of your hosts, your anchorman, whatever. I don't know what we're called, but I'm here. I'm Rudy Wilson. I'm a PK. Terry Wayne's in the building with the sunset in the background. Janessa has the fake library, and of course, Kellie Lee with the hair. Kellie Lee still got the hair popping. 100. You said it last week. 100 episodes strong now. So hey, don't be slacking off, Kellie. This only number 2. You got 98 more to go.
What am I supposed to do for the next 100 episodes?
Keep your hair straight and hanging and swaying.
Yeah. That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
Next week y'all gonna see something different, but we here today though.
Gotcha. Well, how has you and your hair been since the last time we've all convened?
I feel like my old self. Yeah. Okay. It's been good. I've been enjoying straight hair, Kelly.
Okay.
I'm trying to decide if episode 100 I may bring it back, but but no, my week's been good. I can't complain. It's been busy. I got a chance to hang out with my preacher father twice. Well, I got the chance to see him, hang out with him twice this week. So that's good. In COVID, I haven't.
You still got that good hair going. You know.
Thank you. So yeah, I had a good week. Can't complain. Today was busy, but I made it. We're here.
Gotcha. And you was on time.
I was early.
You ain't do all your homework, but we gonna point out the fact that you was on time.
I was early.
That's early. 5 minutes early.
Well, let's not downplay the Sacagawea hair that's going on here. Like.
You said the Sacagawea who? What?
Sacagawea. She's basically Pocahontas right now. Come on now.
But who is Sacagawea though?
Sacagawea? You don't know who that is? She helped Lewis and Clark make it to the west end of
Okay, I don't know him either. So apparently I missed out on their whole story because
Lewis and Clark. It's them. It's 2 people.
No, I'm saying I don't know him or her or whoever. I don't know whoever. Them, they, their. I don't know them. Okay?
Well, go to high school. What do you want from me?
I did, and they didn't. They
teach you nothing.
Nah, I mean they taught me. It's just not their story.
Yeah,
maybe. Damn.
All right. Have you heard of Columbus, or is that did you miss that one too?
I mean, I heard of him, but I heard him just on the streets. You know, everybody talk about him. Yeah.
Is that what's going down on the streets? Is Christopher Columbus?
You mean Christopher Wallace?
Christopher Wallace.
That's the only Christopher we want over here.
All
feel
right.
me? All right, Terry Wayne. But how about yourself? How you been?
Oh, I'm stressed, man. I'm working way too much, doing way too many things. Like I'm coming in here on my phone so I can be mobile because I got to go down to a comedy show in Fort Lauderdale. I'm booked for the next 2 months, and
that's good.
Well, I mean, it's good, but I could do 2 podcasts. I run a business. I do comedy. Like, it's just wearing me out, man. I need a vacation.
Terry, did you just come back from Vegas?
I need another one.
Right, that was just 3 episodes ago.
I know.
Anybody told you do all that stuff? You can stop.
I know. I
You
just
can
don't
stop.
like to let I just don't like to let anybody down. I just feel like I got to do everything.
Okay. All right.
Hey, it's made a good life for myself. I've done some pretty amazing things because I never said no.
Gotcha.
So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Miss Rowland.
Yes.
What's popping?
Very happy to be done with my first semester of grad school.
Hey, okay.
In class.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm just having a good week, trying to take the next 2 weeks before the next semester starts to rest, do some things that I want to do. So.
And she got a bug bite that's bugging her. That's why she's in her spaghetti straps right now.
I do have a bug bite.
Y'all need to calm it down. She's a Christian woman.
Hey, that's what we're gonna talk about.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, that's why you don't even see it because it's a little bit below.
That's right. If you want to see the rest, you have to go to her OnlyFans page. That's right.
It's an only praise. It's
That's
only
right.
praise.
It's only praise. Well, whatever it is, as long as titties are there, we'll be there.
No, see, I feature solo praise dances, song selections, including this is today.
I know I'm your only subscriber, and I'm very disappointed.
Her page is at my worship is for real. That's what
I know.
We're gonna get.
And I can't believe I spent $10 on that. It was totally not worth it.
That was tight. That was for the last $100 you made.
Yeah,
that was for the last $100 you made. It was tight. Yes, all right, cool beans. I mean, I ain't got nothing special to say. I just think that was a good transition. So let's just go into the into the topic. My week was fine. Everybody, okay, I'm here. But great transition, Terry. Even though I know you weren't fully aware of the topic because it came in. It's hot off the like the
I'm
hot
coming
now
straight off the dome with this.
The hot now sign is on. It just got done. Okay.
Oh, don't even start with that. I want donuts now.
Yeah, but we actually, speaking of Janessa and her spaghetti straps and her being fast on this podcast, showing off her shoulders.
Fast and loose.
Not looking like a Christian woman with her shoulders out.
Ooh, don't tell Jesus.
That's what we actually wanted to discuss today. So apparently the spirit was moving because we actually want to talk about like how should you dress in and out of church. Now, this is a basic question. This is just a headline, but I think this can go many different ways. We were even talking off air, if you will, about how I've been to church once before as a young adult male.
Once before,
Well, I'm saying when this
if it's once
thing,
before, should you really be on this podcast?
I'm saying once before in the sense of when this particular thing I'm about to say happened.
Gotcha.
So okay. This isn't just this isn't just the regular Sunday. This is a particular Sunday, and there was a woman on the praise team. She wasn't even leading the praise; she was just on the praise team. It's a fairly big church, right? And she's a very curvaceous woman. Very curvaceous.
Big titties. Just say big titties. It's fine.
No, curvaceous is talking about her whole body. If I was talking about just her titties, I would have said titties.
I know, but that's what it means.
Curves insinuates the curves of her
big boobs, big butt.
Body.
That's curvaceous.
But it wasn't just about her because people have big boobs, big butts, and don't have curves. That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying she's very curvaceous. Okay,
sure.
Let me use my word, Terry. She's curvaceous.
I'm not.
Right?
I'm calling everything out today.
If you just want to say the word ass and titties, I'll let you get it out. But I'm using curvaceous. Okay,
no, I got it out. It's out of my system.
So she's very curvaceous, right? And her dress that she had on, is in reference to height, if you will, or length. Definitely was somewhere around her shins, calf muscle area, mid leg, right? But this dress hugged her low key, almost kind of like, like spandex. You know what I'm saying? Like it was very. And it wasn't even that it was necessarily a tight dress. It was even the material, the way it fits. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't so much like the dress.
Can you see
small.
The cellulite? That's my thing. Can you see the cellulite?
I mean,
was it that tight?
This dress literally, but I'm saying like it literally went like from her neck, and the only part was out was like her shoulders. But like all of this was part of the dress. Like all of this covered the dress. You know what I'm saying? Right. Her arms was out or whatever, but like all of this was. and you can still. I'm just saying. So even in her dress is what I'm saying. I was pretty distracted, and she was covered up.
Well,
She ain't showing no skin.
But
She
that's
covered from neck to ankle, and I was still distracted. It's the point that I'm making of the story. And so when I said that, then Janessa then I guess had a point off of that. So I'll transition to you, and then we can get fully into the discussion. Janessa, you're on mute. We don't know what you're saying. Yeah, you was going in though.
Right. Right. She was.
It's black sign language, is what that is.
First of all, is the echo still there, Rudy?
No, you good.
Okay. So when Rudy made this comment, I kind of made a quick sidebar comment asking, there are some people who will argue that women were assaulted, raped, or they brought on negative attention because of what they wore. And my question to Rudy, what I was going to ask, and now to the group, is in situations like that, is it the women's responsibility to be mindful of how they dress because of how it's interpreted from the male perspective or something of that nature?
Yes, 100%. But it's also on the male to act like a gentleman, right? This is what you do. You see that hot chick wearing that thing, right? You're just like, oh, how are you? Happy Sunday to you. And then when she's not looking, you give her the side eye, right? You just do that. Yeah, you give her the side eye. Just be a gentleman when you're gawking at her. But it's also up to women to know, like, oh, I'm throwing bait out here, so I can't be mad when the sharks show up. You know what I mean?
Can I say this as a preface before just this conversation continues? I do want to say that. And it's only because you mentioned the word rape, Janessa, that
that's a bit
no, what I'm saying is that in any case, I don't care if a woman shows up to the church in a bikini, she should definitely never be raped, regardless of what she's wearing. Okay?
Whoa, what a bold hot take.
And because I'm saying
rape is bad. Way to go, Rudy.
Context matters, and she brought it up. She brought it up that she said that women have dealt with that, and so what I'm saying is that our conversation has nothing to do with okaying that. Is what I'm saying.
No.
That's what I'm saying. But so in reference to our answers, I'm saying this is strictly about just to your point, Terry, a man gawking or a man looking, whatever the case may be. Right. So I just wanted to say that.
Well, it's kind of like if I showed up at the church with, some really tight suit pants on and a 3-inch bulge sticking out of my drawers. Like, yeah, somebody's going to check out, whether it be man or woman or whatever. Like,
so
salacious things are salacious. They're always going to attract attention, whether it be man or woman or otherwise.
Let me ask you this question before we even get to just say the revealing of what somebody's wear can show. Should you not try to look your best when you go to church? And this is what I'm saying. Like if there's an attractive man there who he done got his beard right, he got the fire cologne, even if he got on the full suit or whatever the case may be, that nigga can be just as distracting as the lady in the dress. You feel what I'm saying? Because especially if he's in a position.
Well, it depends what kind of car you show up in.
That doesn't matter. They don't have to see his car. What I'm saying is if they see him immediately walking through the church trying to find a seat, I don't care what's going on the altar. I don't care who preaching, singing, praying. People are gonna be like, who is brother?
So you're saying Andre 3000 shows up in the congregation dressed to the nines.
Why did you choose Andre 3000 out of?
Because he's got style.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm saying, but
style.
No, I'm saying, but why did you choose him though? Like that was kind of weird. Like
he's an objectively good-looking dude. He always dresses to the nines. I feel like he represents what you're trying to say.
He doesn't, because granted, he does have style and he's attractive.
I immediately
apparently
got somebody agreeing with me, so I don't know.
Well, because she said he's fine, but what I'm not talking about just the looks. I'm talking about church wear and how
That's
he dresses.
What I'm saying.
He doesn't dress like people who go to church.
What? He dresses like he's going to church every day on Easter Sunday.
I said he does not dress like people who go to church, is what I said.
No,
like
he
people who go
like
to church, he don't dress like
that.
that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with how he dresses. I'm just saying You said, is he a representation of what I was talking about? And he isn't.
Mm.
I'm talking about the nigga who gonna show up with 3-piece suit, but it may be custom fit, whatever. He got the little stylish glasses, you know what I'm saying? Little earrings, smelling good. I don't know what women like.
You're describing Andre 3000 every day of his life right now. 3-piece suit, $3,000 sunglasses.
Terry, if
Come
you say I'm gonna mute you because that is not Andre 3000.
Overalls, maybe. Overalls.
That is not Andre 3000. But so Kellie, Janessa, would you agree to the scenario that I'm saying, in the sense of how the same way I was distracted by this lady's curves, a woman can be distracted even if a man is covered up, but he's coming in at his best. Like, even he got this haircut for Sunday because he don't normally wear his hair like this, you know what I'm saying? But people got on their Sunday best. He don't normally wear this cologne, but he going to church, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying, I feel like that could be a distraction. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Go ahead, Janessa.
I was just gonna say, yeah, I don't think it always has to be you're being revealing to be attractive. And yeah, there's definitely been times where a nice young man dressed in a nice fitted suit has caught my attention in church that has distracted me from the sermon. Yeah.
She's like, hey, period. That's it. End of story. Sips tea.
And I would agree. I guess I would agree that, like I said, there's definitely, like I said, men that come in, you know, in their Sunday's best. They walk by smelling good, fresh haircut. You know, whether I'm in church, at pub, or in the grocery store, you know, wherever I am, I'm going to be distracted. I'm going to look. I'm going to, like Terry said earlier, give the little side eye.
Right.
Make flash,
which is the classy way to do it. It's the classy way.
You know, right. You know, I mean, I think that's typical. Same thing with the woman in the dress. Had she had been in the choir stand, you know, or in the produce department, you probably were going to look. But I think, to your question, is that dress appropriate for church? See, because for a man, him putting on a 3-piece suit, I guess it's this is a hard.
But that we're going into the territory of what attracts women versus what attracts men, which is different. But obviously, we can say they're different attractions.
But what you said earlier, Terry, if a man coming there, let's say if he got on, even if he don't got on tight pants showing his print, but like, let's say he got on a tight fitted shirt, you know what I'm saying? People can wear tight fitted dress shirts, no jacket, muscles out. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing. So what I'm saying is that
but what attracts men is more, we're grosser. We're the grosser side of the species.
But that doesn't negate a woman
with a lot of cleavage turns us on. Yeah. But like, if I was to walk in with half my balls hanging out, that's not turning on any woman anywhere.
Right, but I'm saying, who cares about balls? I'm talking about muscles. Nobody's talking about balls. Okay, nobody. We don't have. I didn't see.
Well, I know, but when you talk about the woman in the tight dress, we're not talking.
I didn't see her. I didn't see her private. You know? I didn't see her private. I seen her breast and ass. I didn't see her privates. So we're not talking.
Those are private.
No. Okay, I didn't see her vagina, guys. Is what I'm saying. I didn't see her vagina.
But I think part of it is, though, and this is where it's hard, and I don't really know what I want to say and where I want to stand on this recorded thing. But breast and butt are private.
Yeah,
are 100%. Growing up, and you know, in your vagina, are growing up are the places as a woman that you learn that you cover.
Well, even for a man, I get compliments on my ass all the time. So, women like asses too.
They do. We've never seen your butt, Terry. Unfortunately.
Oh, sorry.
But look at there.
Yeah.
You got them Brett Favre Wrangler ass jeans.
These are Levi's, sir.
Okay, go ahead, Kellie.
So I don't know. So I mean, I guess to the question, how should you dress in and out of church? Do I like a good bodycon dress, the type of dress that you're talking about? I love a good dress that hugs all my curves when I lose the weight and have them again. That's right. to show off what I have, and what I got and what the Lord has blessed me with.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
but to the question, do I wear that type of, that's not the only type of clothing that's available for women.
Right.
Is that the type of dress that I wear?
There's a real simple answer here.
Leading,
hold on, let her finish, Terry.
Leading praise. I mean, I think that's an interesting question. Into Janessa's question, I don't know if she said it quite like this on the air as off the air. Whose responsibility is it for the distraction? Is it the woman's? Because I chose to wear this tight dress and I know that I have curves, and hell, she probably works hard to keep them, to have them, to maintain them. Is it my responsibility to wear something a little looser when I'm on the stage? And so you're only looking at, oh, she's a cute girl. Oh, maybe I can see the curves, underneath her flowy dress, or do I wear what I want to as a woman? And it's up to you to not be distracted and look.
Can I ask you a question, Kelly?
Yeah.
When you say that you like, you say you lose the weight, you get the curves, and you like to show off what you have. Why like what and I'm not asking this in a negative way. I'm just literally asking a question. What is the gratification that you get, or why do you like to show, I guess, what you have? When it comes down to your body.
One, because especially at this point in life, I worked hard for it. Right. And there is this vision in my mind that I want my body to look like, and so when I work hard to refrain from drinking and to eat right and to work out, and I grew up in Atlanta, and Atlanta is small waist, big butt. That's not always real, but that's the Atlanta way.
2021.
You said what?
I just said it's 2021. They're barely real anywhere.
Right. So mine gonna be real and legit because the Lord blessed me with some curves.
Meg the Stallion. Okay.
Right. Listen, like I love my body. In clothes, I, for me, want to show the hard work that the Lord put in and the hard work that Kelly put in.
Yeah, but should you be able to do it in church?
Right. Like I said, but I also know, though, when I put on a certain dress, that I'm going to get different attention.
Right.
I know, and as a woman, we would be crazy to say I do. Right. I've gotten more attention in the last week with my hair straightened for men than I've gotten when it was natural.
Well,
that's just thank you. That's just what it is. And so I guess my question was back to what Janessa was saying, I think off the air, whose responsibility is it not to be a distraction in the praise team, on the on the stage, on the pulpit, in the praise team? She knew when she put on that dress that she looked damn good in it. But that was the first time I cursed on this podcast.
Damn is hardly a curse word.
What? Hey,
yeah, you were.
I don't know.
Hey, say it again. Say it again.
Yeah.
Damn good. Say
it. No, she knew that she looked good and that people were going to look. But is that on her or is that on y'all that are looking? Is it inappropriate for her to wear that church?
Listen,
it's in front of the church. She on stage.
It's a real simple.
How is that?
Answer.
We gotta look. She's singing.
No, it's a real simple answer. Nobody should be ashamed of their body, man or woman. You should accept who you are and how you are. You should always try to be better, try to be healthier and whatnot. But nobody should be ashamed of their body. However, it is a matter of personal responsibility to know where you're going and how you're presenting yourself, right? Like that's just I could say the same thing about kids in the 90s when I was going to church every Sunday, sagging their pants, sticking their ass out, all that. You know what I mean? Like you're going to a place that is trying to be respectful. So you should try to be respectful too, regardless of how you feel. Like you say you want to show off, right? You worked hard for yourself and you want to show off. There's a time and a place for that. It ain't Sunday morning. It's Saturday night. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And women know the reaction. They know the power they have over men when it comes to that kind of thing. You guys know that. You're not dumb. Like, the power you have over certain men. So, like, you have to wield that power kind of responsibly. That's all I'm saying.
So I have a question.
Go for it.
Mutually. That's what I'm saying.
So I hear what you're saying, Terry, and I would agree too. I wouldn't probably personally would not purposely go into a church with a cutout bodycon dress, and hooping and shouting and running around the church and falling all on the pulpit. Like
that's a whole nother that's a whole nother deal.
I wouldn't,
That's
but
a whole nother deal.
really, Rudy. But
and for y'all watching on, I'm sorry, for y'all who are just listening and could not see Terry, could not see Rudy, I need y'all to go to YouTube.
Yeah, I call it
At
the
minute
helicopter.
25.
You know what I mean?
If you listen
call
to
it
this
the
only
helicopter.
audio,
Yeah.
definitely go to YouTube. You gotta get the visual.
When they're just getting rotations going, that's what that is.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, Janessa.
no, it's fine. But we all know there, especially at New Beginning, my goodness, that them folks that be running laps. Praise the Lord. But anywho, so say homegirl that you saw
Okay.
wore the dress.
Mhm.
So she wore it, and she wore it with her chest. You know what I'm saying? She said she was gonna wear it. She was gonna stand up on the pulpit. She was gonna hold the microphone, and she was gonna praise the Lord. So now we're at this point where she's here. Is there any responsibility for the man or whoever is attracted to her? Because we live in 2021 to control, the way they view her. Or is that something?
Well, yes and no. Yes and no. Yes, men should behave themselves accordingly, and they should be gentlemen about things. But there are stupid men in the world that have there are more de-evolved men that literally just can't control themselves. And it's usually like the incels or like somebody who's been deprived their whole life, stuff like that. That's when they get crazy, is when it gets insane, because there's an instinctual part of us that just takes over, and if they're not evolved or they're not developed enough, then it can go nuts, like.
Well, I'm gonna speak for the sane people, because
I'm speaking for them all.
I think just in general, because whether you're in church or out of church, I think that you have to understand the world that we live in, and you have to understand the look that you're giving off. Now, whether you're trying to make a stance against it and say, well, just because I'm wearing this, that don't mean that. Sure. Take your stance, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like, if a woman shows up anywhere and she has on a really short skirt, you know what I'm saying, you can see like the thong strapped at the top, so there's barely anything under there. And if men try her differently than the chick, in the nun dress or whatever, you know what I'm saying, with the grandma panties, like that's a realistic situation. I'm not saying that she gonna get like brutally attacked or whatever. I'm saying, like, even if the attempts at her verbally are inappropriate or whatever, she has to understand that comes with that territory. The same way as if I walk in any neighborhood, white, black, red, or indifferent, if my big ass with tattoos and braids, and I walk around anybody's neighborhood at nighttime with a hoodie, they gonna kill my ass. Anybody neighborhood. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just real. Because imagine if you don't know me, you just see me at 12 o'clock at night walk around your neighborhood with a hoodie on. What am I doing? You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is that there may be somebody else who can do that, but I can't. You feel what I'm saying? And I have to know that. I have to know what comes with that. You feel what I'm saying? I have to know with even just me in general. Like anytime I go out and about in general, like I'm very cautious, or very not cautious, but like very cognitive of speaking to people. Because I know that I'm a big person. You know what I'm saying? I make them come off threatening. I don't want nobody thinking I'm walking around mad, what I'm saying, about to beat their ass or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I think that just your appearance in general definitely matters. And I think that you are going to have to be responsible for it, in the sense of, because we can't necessarily, I guess, control all of how society views things. You know what I'm saying? And if you are, in my opinion, if you're definitely in a position where you're singing on the praise team in front of the church, like, we have to look this way, y'all are singing, and you got that dress on, I feel like in that situation, that's way more on her than us. Now, if she was wearing that same dress in the back, she got a little bit more leeway to fight. but she still wore it to church, in which if we get distracted at church because of that dress, I mean, she still wore it. We didn't pick it out for her. We didn't buy it. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know this woman, but she showed up in it. So, you know, but and this is my last point. But going back to the man who's fully covered up in the suit or whatever, but he's just attractive. Let's just say there's a female version that she's fully covered up, even if she got big breasts, big butt, whatever. But it's still, you know, she got on regular jeans, whatever. She got on, you know, she covered up however it works. But she's just an attractive woman. I feel like you can't help if somebody just has an attraction to you, but I do think that you can help how somebody views you. And if you want somebody to see your body, then show it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But if you don't want them to see it, I think it's more or less on you to not show it than to bank on people to not look. Because if you show it,
to put a finer point on this, or just at least to give an example, there's nothing wrong with having 10 grand in cash on you. But if I went down Tamarind Avenue, which is the bad part of the county here, and I started walking around with 10 grand in my hand going, hey, look at my 10 grand, look at my 10 grand, I might get fucked up. You know, like, and that's on me to know. Like, it's not wrong that I have it, but the fact that I'm, you know, flaunting it in a place where it's probably inappropriate, I don't know. There might be consequences to that. That's all I'm saying.
Kellie and Janessa, let me ask y'all a question. As Christians, right, or church raised, or even PKs, even to tie it to the podcast, should there even be a difference in how you as women, I guess even just us in general, but I'll ask y'all just to hear y'all's opinion because we've been talking a lot, but just us in general, like, should there even be a difference in how we should just say carry ourselves inside and outside of church? And I'm not talking about in the sense of if you dress like lazy or whatever. I'm saying, like, if you're dressing yourself up, but like what you would wear to the club, you know, is it synonymous with what you would wear to church, and are they both appropriate in either place? Or would you wear one thing one place and wear something else the other place? And is that actually the right thing to do? You know what I'm saying? Should we even have that switch up, or should we just be consistent as, you know, people of God?
I definitely think there's a time and place for everything. I think Terry used the expression earlier. You know, there's things that I wear to work that I don't wear to Sunday brunch with my girls. You know, there's things that I lounge around with at my parents' house that I don't lounge around with. Never mind. But
oh my God.
No, you made it. You inadvertently made a great point there, Kellie.
Oh my God.
Wait, no, that's great. That's a great point. Because if you're willing to show up, if you're willing to show up at church in a skin tight dress, are you willing to show up there wearing nothing but your pajamas?
I'm starting. This podcast getting real now.
I'm just saying. This is why I started this podcast. It's not a sexual thing.
I said this is why I started this podcast.
It's not a sexual thing. It's not an assault thing. It's not anything.
Terry, first of all,
it's a respect thing.
Terry, for you saying anything else, you need to get some Wi-Fi. We don't even know if you real right now. You look like a robot. Okay.
Do I? It looks good on my end.
I'm sure it does.
It looks better now.
Now you look clear. Wherever you're at right now, now you're good.
I think it's a respect thing. You know, for the same reason why you wouldn't wear pajamas is the same reason why you shouldn't wear a low cut dress. You know, if you stand in front of your mirror on Sunday morning and go, I wonder if I should wear this. Don't. You know what I mean? Like, if you're questioning it, then that's probably your instinct telling you not to.
But let me ask you this, Kellie. At your job, do you have a dress code? Like, do you have a standard? Is there a way that you can and cannot dress?
Business casual, no jeans except on certain days. That's pretty much it.
And does that same? What about you, Janessa? Do you work, or are you just a full-time student? What you doing?
No, I do work. You tried it.
Are you a low life like me? What are you doing?
Middle school pay, okay? No, I work full time, and our dress code is business casual too. But we can wear jeans because we do a lot of field work as environmental scientists.
So then this is my
But even with my dress code and jeans, no holes in the jeans.
For sure.
You know,
still the standard, right?
Yep. Even like I said,
what about your hair and everything like that?
No. Yeah, hair is hair.
I'm saying, like, could you come in like with a crazy blue weave, whatever? Like, I'm somebody, especially your job, Kelly.
That's a good question. I don't know. That's an excellent question.
I don't know either. Because I change my hair up every other week before the pandemic or the panorama or whatever we call it. But I've never really tried any purples or yellow.
Right.
Or, I've done like red, brown, black, but nothing. What do they call unnatural colors? I haven't done that, so I don't know if that's allowed in my job or not. But I have given them 30-inch weave, and then the next day come in with it had them all confused.
You cut your hair,
right?
Got you. Well, so this is what I'm even getting at then. So, but what about church? Is there a dress code for church?
I think respect.
Hold on, wait, Terry. Hold on. Go ahead.
I mean, I just think to my point earlier that there's just there's a time and place for things. And what I was saying is, at my parents' house, when I'm lounging around the house, I'm a bit more comfortable. I'm not really caring about style or cuteness or whatever. It doesn't necessarily have to match,
Right.
whatever. If I'm having company, be it a female friend or a male friend, I'm going to clean up a little differently. Let me get a little outfit that's cute, that match, or whatever. I think that there's just a time and a place for everything. And I think there is not necessarily a dress code, but there is there should be some perimeters around. I don't know. It's hard. Yes and no. I think for me, there's ways to be cute and attractive without wearing a bodycon dress.
Look good, but not thirsty. How about that? Does that work for everybody?
And not even thirsty.
You didn't look thirsty.
Like right. I feel like times where I've worn tighter clothes or whatever, I wasn't thirsty. But I think.
But you look thirsty. That's the thing.
Why does she have to look? I mean, I don't think that's necessarily true.
Okay, we know what thirsty looks like. I mean,
when
you're trying to get attention physically, like I think most men could say, like, yeah, she's trying to get, and usually I find it with women. Usually, when they dress that way, it's about self-esteem, and they're trying to build their own self-esteem up. They're trying to feel good about themselves, and I don't find anything wrong with that. I'm just saying it's not good at church.
I just think y'all have two different definitions of thirsty, because I know why they kind of were more taken aback by thirsty, because thirsty means like gotta get almost a gold digger, low key. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you're just saying like
trying to get some
attention.
Yeah.
Right. I got you.
That's it.
Yeah.
Right.
But like I said, I think there's a time and a place for everything. I think that have I worn
on the floor or in the trunk if you want. Make sure it goes all the way down.
I got you.
I can't remember my thought now, but I just think that there's a time and place for everything. There are some things and here, digging deeper, there are some things that I may wear to another church that I wouldn't wear to my father's church.
That's because and at the other church it's more free or more restricted.
More free.
Okay.
I'm more free.
Right.
Because like I said, I mean, I'm not crazy. I know that when I wear something tight, that men and women go, why she got that on? Oh, she's super tight. Oh, she got it, whatever. I wore a dress to work last Monday. Thought I was cute. Like I said, last Thursday, day after I got my hair done. Hair still flowing better than it was today. Wore a cute little dress. One of my coworkers, she's like a 70-year-old older woman. Miss Lee, your curves. you know, and and I'm like, I've been working hard on them. Like I'm trying. She was like, we can see. And I knew when I put the dress on that morning that it hugged my curves and it hit me, you know, a little more than the little dress pants that, and, you know, and my dress pants fit, but then the dress pants and the regular dresses, I knew that.
Right.
You know, and so like I said, but that dress there, I may wear to the other church, but I probably wouldn't wear to my parents' church.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I just think that there's a time.
And is that more for you or for them that you want to wear to your parents' church?
Both. One, because I don't want to hear nothing about it. Like I said,
from them or from the church?
My parents. You talking about my parents? Both.
Okay, your parents would say something about it.
My mom would probably say, like I said, because the way that probably like the young ladies dress and the choir stand, the dress is designed to hit
a certain way, right?
You know, right. And I'm not gonna go that far just in case.
Well, how about this? How about I just throw this question out there real quick? Now, if you wear that kind of thing and you wear it into the congregation on Sunday, how much indignation are you allowed to have if you catch somebody gawking at you? And part B to this question is, how different is your indignation versus some ugly dude versus some hot dude?
Terry, I gotta take this. She's coming.
So I think to the question we had earlier, I don't know if I responded to it. So let's go back to Rudy's example of the young lady in the church. It is on Rudy to hold himself in control and accountable for his actions, though he finds this woman in this dress attractive. Rudy is in self-control. Rudy is a 30-something-year-old man. I'm talking to you.
I wasn't at the time.
Okay, you a 20-something-year-old man.
I was 21.
You was grown.
Okay. You a 21-year-old man. Man, you remember from 10 years ago?
You didn't know me back then.
You remember?
I was still in college. Okay.
This dress must have been something serious. He talking about this 10 minutes later, 10 years later.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this dress was something serious.
Haven't seen one like it since. Not in church. Not in church.
I thought we were talking about pre-pandemic, January 2020.
I was right here in Jacksonville, Florida. I can tell you the exact church, but I don't want to call them out. It's a known church too.
It's probably, you can tell me what the dress looked like. What color was it? Like
like a little orangey peach kind of color.
But no, I think it is on the man to have self-control. Be it 16 or 66. Is on the man to have a level of self-control. Do I know? And then I ain't gonna be that transparent with y'all. But do we know that yes, that men may look, to Terry's point, that men may look, men may gawk, men may, stare. Yes, but it's on him to not inappropriately say anything to me, to not reach out and touch me, to not grab me, to not rape me, to not whatever. He is in control of himself and responsible for that.
Correct, on the physical side, but in reference to his approach on you. So like if you have on the tight whatever in church or out, and he approaches you a certain way, or everybody approaches you a certain way, you know that type of attention is going to come. So like, is it safe to say that that's the attention that you wanted, or did you just really want to just only show your curves?
Not 2021.
I really wanted to show, like, I really wanted to wear the dress. The dress was cute. Whatever dress it is. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I'm saying in any situation, whether it's a dress, shorts, or whatever, I'm saying when you wear that and you know the type of attention that you're going to get with it, are you just putting up with that attention, or are you doing it because you want that attention? I guess it's not necessarily that I want it, but I know that, at this point I've lived long enough to know the type of attention certain things draw.
Mm-hmm.
And so my level of defensiveness or, whatever, if like I said, and no matter what I wear, don't come at me disrespectfully.
Right.
But, if I'm wearing something tighter or shorter or whatever, and I'm getting more male attention and they, then I understand, like you said, that that's going to come. I've learned that from experience. Versus, I walk into the club with a long flowy shirt on,
Right.
and,
Right. No,
like,
right. No, but I guess what I'm asking specifically is with that attention and with the experience that you have now, are you at the point that when you wear that stuff, it's because, I mean, and the attention comes, are you more or less just, I guess, just accepting it and dealing with it because that's just comes with the territory? Or do you wear that because sometimes that attention does feel nice for just say a man to come at you that way is what I'm asking. And the reason why I say, and this is my last time cutting you off, because even me as a man, I wouldn't mind a woman only saying I'm cute or I like your little shoes, or if a woman saying like, yo, if we was not in this open space, I would, you know what I'm saying? I would fuck the shit out. Like, I wouldn't mind a woman telling me that. And once again, and I'm not saying it has to necessarily be a random, but I'm saying that type of compliment is not necessarily offensive to me if I was walking around with my shirt off and muscles and she was just like, oh boy, you look delicious. I would want that, is what I'm saying, as a man. So that's why I'm asking from a woman's perspective.
And I say for me, from my man, so there probably will be times, and I don't have no man. We've established on this podcast,
right? And at Berean, according to your daddy.
For my man, yes, there may be times where if I know that he likes when I wear this, that, the other, that I put on for this attention from him. When I am going out in the streets, in the community, especially as I get back in the streets, as I'm vaccinated and the streets opening up again, I'm not wearing it for the attention from other people. But like you said, I understand that attention may come, but I'm wearing it for me. Because like you said, sometimes that attention that I get, depending on what I wear, isn't the type of man that I want. He may be looking at, she got a big booty, I want to have sex with her. But that's not the type of relationship.
But that's what I was saying was like women dress a certain way to attract the right kind of man, but it doesn't. To quote Greg Giraldo, a famous comedian that has passed on, it's not a smart missile. You know what I mean? It's a bomb that's going to take out everything. You're going to attract the banker that you want to attract, but you're also going to attract the homeless guy at the same time.
But I think this is important to know too. Women don't get dressed every day for men. So I don't get dressed to go and attract men. I get dressed because for me. Is there, and I would be lying to you if I said I'd never, got dressed to, attract a man. I hope that a man was gonna look or come or whatever. But most of my days, I don't get attract men.
But what I'm saying, but I do get that. I don't think women wake up every single day saying, okay, boom, what would a man think? But to your point, going specifically back to just say the dress or the outfit or whatever, that does show the curves, because I've been working out. Even women now, I mean, workout clothes is an outfit now. You wear the little tight shirts, man, tights, whatever. Like women show it. So what I'm saying is like, but when you are showing what you have worked so hard for, it looks as good to us as it does to you when you saw yourself in the mirror before you walked out. And so and so what I'm saying is, I feel like that whoever you are, male or female, once again, I'm not even talking about anybody being disrespectful. Let's take that out of the category. I'm just saying, when I say the type of attention you get, I'm saying a man taking you just say seriously to say like, hey, this look makes me want to say, hey, you want to go out for coffee or on a date or something, as opposed to this look makes me want to dig more into what I'm seeing. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that a man is right for thinking that. Not what I'm saying.
But that's not on me. So my thing is that's
reality.
I'm not saying that it's your fault, but I'm saying when you are showing off your body, that is because you do want whatever attention that comes with that, in the sense of, even if it's just somebody looking and saying, oh, she looks nice. Even just wanting that also comes with the dark side of somebody who is like, damn, bitch, what's up with that fat? You know what I'm saying? It comes with both sides, unfortunately, is what I'm saying. And so with that, I feel like, yes, there's responsibility on both sides, but I don't think neither side can control the other. So if a woman wants to wear it and control her narrative, she has to deal with whatever that narrative comes with. But if she wants to not wear it to avoid whatever the attention is, I think she has that prerogative as well. But I think everybody just needs to know what comes with what until the narrative changes one day.
And I think that women can go out with a muumuu on, whatever that is, and the guy will still come and be crazy and say,
if her ass fatter than muumuu.
Hey, guys,
and she can't control some of that is
listen,
genetic.
I'm never gonna win this argument. First of all, because I have a penis and I'm white, but I do want everybody to say hello to some
What did that have
fellow
to do with
comics because we're driving down to this show. That's
you have
Giovanni.
no Wi-Fi.
Right, we can't. You're frozen, but
High frozen.
hey,
So I'm
people.
gonna have to go because I'm losing signal. But I'll see you guys next Wednesday.
all right, bye, Terry.
Gary, have a good show.
Okay.
But no, I think everybody has responsibility. I think everybody has self-control.
There have been so many questions I don't even know what to respond to. So
I've been wanting to try to transition to you, but I mean, Kellie just she kept hitting on stuff. But go ahead though. Go ahead. You can.
What's the question though?
I mean, there's no real question. We're just kind of just still harping on the topic because I guess it's more or less who has the responsibility. I think it's going back to your original question. Whose responsibility is it? The looker, or the dresser. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like to a certain degree, yeah, you can't help it. Like if you or just say Beyonce or whoever, you know what I'm saying? Like whatever she wearing, like, people gonna look at her for whatever, whatever. So I get it. So, but I'm saying if you also are Beyonce and you wear one of the things that you wear on stage, even if it's not somebody sexually attacking you, people still are going to look at you differently than when you had on, just say the more what we consider appropriate dress or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And that's just real. So, and what you worked hard for, going back to the body, Kellie, what you work hard for, male or female. If you go to the gym, you got abs as a man or chest, whatever. As a woman, if you've been doing the squats, you got the butt, the flat tummy T, whatever, you got the whole package. Like people are gonna look. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the gym, people look at each other all day. They be working out, looking at each other between just judging each other. Everybody looking, seeing, you know what I'm saying? That's just the reality. And I think once again, unless the narrative changes where people can be like, oh no, I'm not allowed to look. That's not a thing we do anymore. You know what I'm saying? Until that day happens, I don't think that it's necessarily just say the person who has the clothes on fault 100%, but at the same time, as long as this person knows the reality in which the world we live in, they're gonna always take at least a percentage of some sort of the blame because they wore it with the knowledge. It's almost like smoking cigarettes after reading the surgeon warning. You know what I'm saying? Like it just comes with the territory. Should you be harassed? Should you be attacked? Absolutely not. But if somebody only looks at you for your looks because you're showing off your looks, I don't know how you control that.
Yeah, so I agree with what you and Kellie are saying. I definitely think there's a time and place to wear certain things. However, I will interject a new kind of or a different perspective. I think some newer churches today are fostering this come as you are culture. Mm-hmm. And when you tell people to come as you are, you gonna get a little bit of everything. You might get a stripper who was just dancing 2 hours early and is now at the sunrise service.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we're kind of at a place, unfortunately, it's not necessarily unfortunately, this is just where we are, where you kind of have to just read the room or know the environment you are in. Like Kellie said, there are churches where she might dress down more than compared to her father's church. And even with my own experience with church, I remember having to wear stockings, having to wear dresses or skirt that either hit your knee or what is it, the fingertip rule, like that. And to now see where we are today, even in my dad's church, you know, people wear pants and people wear jeans. It's not what it used to be back in the day. But I would say at my dad's church, it's also not necessarily bodycon dress either season there. But I think in some churches today, it is bodycon dress or cutout jeans or, you know, crop top or what. It's whatever you want to wear.
Right.
So I think there's a responsibility. If you are going to wear a bodycon dress in a very traditional church, then yes, just like you have to go in knowing that somebody, you know, might have something to say. The mother might got something to say. The deacon might have something to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really got to know what you're dealing with. But if you're kind of going to this kind of hippie new age church, nobody might bat an eye at you, and it might not be problematic at all because you got on a bodycon dress, and person over here got a crop top, and somebody else over here got a bralette, and somebody else over here got some booty shorts, and that's just the norm.
Right. But this is what I'm saying though. This, I get that. I agree with everything that you're saying. Number one, not even knowing the environment as far as what type of church you're going to, but let's say traditional church or not. I think that if a visitor who, you know, comes to church and they're a stripper or whatever, or even if they're just a known stripper or whatever, and they come to church, that person, to me, that's a whole different situation than the person who looked in the mirror, put on that dress, knowing she finna get in front of 1,500 people and sing. You know what I'm saying? She knew she was about to be seen. She knew that. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to be seen, and I'm not blaming her for it. We like what we saw. We like what we saw. But my whole point is, I never forget remembering in that moment, like, man, like, I don't think she should be wearing this dress in front of church because, like, I'm distracted right now, and I know I can't be the only one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't be the only one. I am distracted. Like you said, 10 years later, I still remember this. You know what I'm saying? So, and once again, it's like, if I would have just happened to see her while I was leaving church or something like that, I probably wouldn't have even thought twice about it. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but she would have just been just another person just at church. But when I seen her go from, she sung with the praise team and then went into the choir stand and still was up there. You know what I'm saying? In this dress, all service.
Is this the dress, Rudy?
It didn't have long sleeves. No. It didn't. Like, I don't remember the sleeve going all the way down. I remember maybe like covering the shoulder or something. But
the rest of it, is that what it looked like?
I mean, it definitely was tight. But she was thicker than that little example or whatever that is. Yeah, she was thicker than that though. Yeah. She ain't that lady there. I mean, that's
real quick.
Yeah. But like I said, to me, I just feel like going back to, like, even with the being in front of people in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, even as a comedian, I feel like it's hard to try to be too fancy on stage or even have too much going on, because too much of a big intro and too much whatever, it can take away from the jokes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a bunch of, you know what I'm saying? Like, people are too focused. Because with comedy, you want stuff to be loose and silly. You don't want to be, it's not a fashion show. You know, I'm not saying you got to be ugly, but I'm just saying, like, it's not, stuff can be a distraction. Like, comedy is very small and intimate. So, like, a lot of comics actually like smaller rooms. If it could be like 50 people in a small room, that's great, because it's us. Everybody can hear me. The laughs are bouncing off the wall, so it's real loud. As opposed to if I'm in a stadium and it's outdoors and people laughs got an echo all the way. You know what I'm saying? It's a you know what I'm saying? So everything is a certain atmosphere. And even, like I said, with comedy, you don't want to drown yourself out with your outfit. You got a big old watch on. Even with preachers, you know what I'm saying? Preachers, I don't think should be too fancy. You know, they blinged out on stage. People ain't gonna be really focused on, you know, hey man, I don't know what pastor talked about today, but his shoes were sharp. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, he don't want to be trash. So I think there has to be a balance anytime you're definitely in front of people, like in any profession or whatever. When you're presenting in front of people, you don't ever want to do something that takes away from whatever you're supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? But I think if you're just kind of just maybe a member or something like that, maybe the rules change. I don't know. I don't have the answer, but I still stand on, I think people kind of share the responsibility as long as both people have the knowledge. If I walk around with my shirt off and I got muscles, I cannot be upset or even taken aback if women come at me sexually and I'm like, man, I'm out here looking for a wife. But why you got your muscles out, sir? You know what I'm saying? Like, you should have saved that for the honeymoon. You could have came a little bit more correct in this. But if I'm walking around and just say I got on whatever the appropriate clothes are, and there is a woman who does come at me sexually, I still feel like there's a chance that there may be somebody else who may come at me correct, or when I come at them, they respond correct, or whatever the case may be. I think you just have more leverage. But I don't really care how people dress, and I'm not necessarily saying that lady can't wear that dress to church. I just think that she should know that she was a distraction, you know. And if she's okay with being a distraction, then keep on wearing a dress, lady. You know.
I wonder how she feels 10 years later to know that dress.
You should go visit that church, Rudy. See if she's still
10 years later.
See if she's still serving the Lord on the praise team.
I don't know how I would feel if a man told a story about something I wore 10 years. Like, you know, and I guess to your point, like,
Kellie, I couldn't even tell you what song they were singing. That's how much of a distraction. I don't know what he preached about.
Let's see. What's the word I'm looking for? Am I flattered? You know,
right?
Am I like, dang, I shouldn't have worn that? Like, right? Like, he may have missed the whole. You know, he couldn't get into the spirit because he was staring at me. You know, like, I don't know.
I missed the whole thing.
You know, though, Kellie, to your point, though, I think there's definitely been times where I probably wore something inappropriate to church that at 32, you know, I can say, dang, I would never wear that today. So I think kind of, you know, in some areas, we do have to give ourselves and other people grace because we don't know where they are in their walk with the Lord or whatnot. And we don't know. Maybe somebody after service pulled her to the side and was like, okay, sis, you look cute today, but I'm going to need to not see this ever again at the church. You wear it on between Monday and Saturday, but you at the church, you're going to wear something else. And, you know, that might have just been a teachable moment for her. And she might have never worn it, you know, ever again. So I wouldn't, you know, beat yourself up too hard and just, you know, say a prayer for her.
And she looked good. I'm
listen.
Apparently, she looked amazing.
Listen.
I wonder 10 years later, she still got them curves.
And I'm going to be even more honest about how much of a distraction it was. I don't even know what her face looked like.
I was gonna ask you, was she cute?
Like I remember her face like being cute, but and I looked at it, but I didn't focus on it. But the dress, all the way down to her heels, the gold heels she had on, and the body.
Not the gold heels she had on. Not the gold. Look at that face.
That's all I can tell you from that service. That's it. That is it. Anyways, Kellie Lee, tell them where they can find us at.
Sorry. At the worst ones PK on IG.
That's it. Okay.
Oh yeah, you just
and then where can they find our full episodes and listen to us?
Anywhere that podcasts are aired. So you can go to YouTube, you can go to Spotify. I listened to last week's a little bit today on Apple Podcasts. Yep. Check us out, the Worst Ones Podcast.
Tell them to do what now?
Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't think I like can you like and comment on Apple Podcasts?
You can definitely comment. I'm pretty sure you can like, but you can definitely subscribe.
So yeah, so do that because I never like, comment, and subscribe, but you guys need to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah,
thank you.
Because the likes, the comments, and subscribe, it helps our algorithm. So the more interaction and engagement our page and especially with the audio, because audio is where podcasts really make their money. You know, the video is cool. It's a good aspect, but the sponsors pay for the audio. So if they engage in that, it helps. You know, it helps boost us to the top of when people type in the Worst Ones podcast. It's not a bunch of other bullshit. Janessa, tell them about yourself.
Y'all can follow me at Melanated Brews. I'm quite proud of myself. Being consistent, trying new places. I actually went to a new place today.
Okay.
So I'll be posting about it tomorrow. So if you have, any interest in coffee, beer, or tea, anything brewed, follow me at Melanated Brew. We got some great content over there.
Is it's brews with an S or just brew?
I think it's
okay. Because all right. Y'all either use the S.
It's with the S. It's with the S.
Okay. All right. And shout out Terry Wayne Comedy. He's already out here, but follow him. Call him, beep him if you want to reach him. And if you want to page him, it's okay. What else we got, man? Yeah, man. We appreciate you guys listening, man. We still enjoy this podcast, and we hope you guys enjoy it as well. Please, YouTube, as Kelly said, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Radio, something else podcast. That was a bunch of different names they sent me today. But it's a lot of places where podcasts are posted, and you can find them all those places, pretty much except iHeartRadio. So don't look there. But everywhere else, including Spotify, we're there. Just type in the Worst Ones podcast, or you can find the link at the Instagram page for the audio at the Worst Ones PK. Yeah, man, we still out here. 23 episodes deep, and and count. I saw those two. That was the wrong number at first, Kelly. And she worked with the kids, y'all. She teaching our babies. Teaching our babies, y'all. All right. Keep your clothes on. Don't be out here dressing all crazy when you go to church. Wearing tight.
The streets are opening up. Dress crazy.
Dress
in the house. We've been in the house. I know some of y'all been in the gym, and some of y'all haven't. Some of y'all been eating right. Some of y'all been on the couch eating pizza and nachos. That's kind of like me.
Just make sure you look like the second half of the Busted Challenge and not the first.
Well, what you look like?
Make sure after you bust it, come out as that person.
Loud and proud.
The second half of the silhouette challenge.
You're right.
Loud and proud. Okay.
Until next time, we out. Peace.
Deuces.